right, let's ask you a very important question this Friday morning. Stay with me. Why did the chicken cross the ocean? Well, to get the farm more money, obviously. That's why they do that. The Association of Meat Importers and Exporters say the poultry sector will thrive if it embraces exports. Let's bring into the discussion to try and find out where we are on this. It's from the organisation. It's Paul Matthew joining us this morning. Hello to you, Paul. Good to have you on eNCA. Appreciate the time. So what do we mean if the poultry sector embraces exports? Are there any concerns?
Morning, Gareth. So Gareth, let me just maybe take a step back, and I know through eNCA that you guys have been covering the story. Obviously, as the association, we have been calling on government to assist the South African consumer to reduce tariffs so that the consumer can afford chicken. As we know, chicken is getting very, very expensive. So what we are now aiming for as the association is to encourage the local producers to start really working on exporting. A very important cut of the chicken is the breast meat. And we have a huge opportunity to get breast meat into Europe. However, the South African producers don't tick all the boxes to get that product exported. So we are calling on the local producers to get their house in order to export and by that exporting to get, maybe we can get the chicken a little bit cheaper here in South Africa.
All right, so there's a massive market waiting for our chicken breast, but we have some boxes to tick, you tell me. So what are those boxes? What's the hold-up?
So those boxes are biosecurity boxes. So the European market is quite strict in terms of meat going into Europe. And South African producers use a lot of antibiotics in the production of poultry. So we are looking at gross stimulants products. There is in their feed, there's actually animal bits in the feed which the EU market don't accept. So the gain for South Africa is that if you get it right with the European sanitary requirements, they call it, or the biosecurity requirements, is that the rest of the world use EU as the benchmark. So if EU accepts your product, then it means in South Africa that the whole international market opens for us. So if you think about it, Brazil imports about 900,000 tons per annum into the EU market of breast meat. And that's a golden opportunity for South Africa.
It really is. And just how difficult will it be to get all of these organizations, these poultry farmers on board? Because I imagine it's not as simple as having a meeting, having a quick Zoom meeting, everyone's going to agree. This is a much bigger juggernaut to take on. So where do you start?
Yeah, Gareth. So I think it is going to be a bit of a mind shift for the local producers. The local producers say out in the public domain that they're world-class producers. So they need to change their production. They need to have the will to start exporting. So as the association, we're saying it's over always seeking protection and requesting tariffs to help them with their profits. If you recall, 3 years ago, Minister Patel said to the local producers when we set up the poultry master plan, you guys have to start exporting. You've got to grow your business by exports. 3 years down the line, the poultry master plan, we are nowhere with that. So I think the local producers need to have the will. We need the big producers to change their production methodologies, so that we can get the volumes and the quality out into the international market. They need to come to the party. So it's going to be up to them. As AMI, we have the membership, we have the expertise, we can get the product into the market through our membership. So it can be a really good marriage, but we need the local guys ready to take it seriously and to start looking within their own organizations to make these changes.
I imagine one of the stumbling blocks as well, Paul, is going to be the problem around cost involved in changing their manufacturing processes as well. It can't surely just be a mind shift. I'm sure there's money that needs to change these systems as well, isn't there?
Yeah, Gareth, I mean, yeah, you're quite correct. So there is going to be a cost, but I think you have to look at the actual benefit. So currently what's happening now, they're taking the breast meat, which they could get such a premium price for in the international market, and they're taking that breast meat and they're putting it into the IQF pack. So they're getting absolutely no value for that breast meat. So if you really look at the rands and cents and have a look at what they can get on the international market for that cut, it's a no-brainer. Surely they will make more money, and their return down the line is going to be a good investment to getting a far better price in the international market. And I think the main benefit, as we see as association as well, so we have a lot of emerging black farmers, we have a lot of medium farmers who cannot play in the international space. So we get the big producers to play into the international space. It then allows those medium producers to fill the gap on the retail stores of other cuts. So it can really benefit this country. It really benefits job creation. So, yeah, I think it's time to take this seriously now.
And just in a final question, Paul, before I say goodbye to you. So higher prices for premium breast meat if it's exported. If that were to happen, this entire plan panned out, what does it mean for the local market? What does it mean for us South Africans when it comes to the cost of chicken breast? Are we going to see an escalation? Is it going to become unaffordable for us?
Well, currently in the current situation and the protection that the local producers are seeking, yes, Gareth, down the line, you are going to see chicken become very expensive in this country. And I mean, I ask the question now, the lower LSM, the South African consumer that is struggling, that is jobless or living off grants, have a look in their basket now when they leave the retail store. There's no protein. There is no chicken in their basket. They cannot afford it. If we export, local guys can start making far better profits. Surely, as African consumers, we should see the benefit of keeping the bone-in portions at a much lower cost. And to me, that's a win for the South African market.
No, it's a way up, isn't it? Hopefully that could be the way it goes. Brings down the local cost while making the money overseas. I appreciate your time. Association of Meat Importers and Exporters, Paul Matthew, joining us here on eNCA this morning. Very interesting around the local poultry market, taking it into the international market. Hoops to jump through, boxes to be checked, but it looks like it might be the way to go, especially, let's not forget, if there is some benefit for local consumers further down the road, at least when it comes to the affordability of chicken in our country.